Actually, first of all, I want to tell you that when the lockdown was given, that is on the last week of the March, the first thing that came to my mind is that the students will remain away from their schools for a long period of time, and there might be a breakdown of communication between the school and the students concerned, and also there might be a breakdown of communication between the school and the guardians. So I thought it would be better if we can take a proactive step for this. What I did is that first of all I called the HMs of my area. That is, at that time I was working in Dukli. I called a meeting of the HMs, and in that meeting I told them to create groups. I have got a WhatsApp group of the HMs. In that group also I instructed them to create groups of WhatsApp group class-wise students. First of all, they created it in the class-wise. They created WhatsApp group. Apart from that, I told them to give the class teacher, since it's the new year was just starting and we are going in the lockdown stage. So we told that you do one thing: you give the previous year's class teacher, and apart from that, you keep one or two subject teachers. That is one for language and another for science. These teachers must be in those groups. And apart from that, so that the discipline of those groups can be maintained, I also asked the HMs and the teacher in charge to be in those groups so that the discipline can be restrained. Our main aim was to that the students must be involved in some sort of activity so that they might not feel bored, or they might not get any mental disorder, or that they must not get any sort of frustration that they are not going to schools, they are staying in their home. So in this way we started. But the first problem which I faced was that it's a totally new concept, and we are not accustomed with the technology of the mobiles. Only a few section of the students and their guardians were accustomed with it. So to start with, I could only reach to 30 to 40% of the students. Apart from that, the another problem which was awaiting for me is that the HMs could understand, but it was difficult for the teachers to grasp it. Because there were some teachers, especially in the primary unit, who don't know about those technology. But I must thank our department, and that our department organized such online training programs which help the teachers to take the help of this Google Meet, this Zoom, and all those things. So in this way we started. And what I told also them, that apart from giving them some extra activities or that, and some notes, some simple notes of hard copies must be given, which must be syllabus oriented, because we know that there are some guardians who are mainly focuses on the syllabus, who are mainly focused on the books. So I told them, so that the interest can be kept, apart from keeping activity based classrooms, we must give them some notes prepared by the teacher. Suppose I told them to give them 5 or 10 questions, and the rest 10 questions would be an homework. The students would give them the homework, and after that they would check and would go through that. So this is the first step which we started in Dukli. At that period, we about 60% of the students were covered, 50 to 60% as the days went out. The During the August and September, we are getting good reply. Then what I thought is that some students are quite advanced. For this, I talked with our district education officer, and together I, along with our district education officer and our MIS coordinator, we planned to open a channel on these online classes. So in that channel, so we opened a YouTube channel, and in that we 33 classes were uploaded, and we took the best teachers who were trained. And in this regard, I must mention the name of Sri Aurobindo Society, because in our area, Dukli area, we 4 and 5 teachers got prizes for their innovation. So I took the help of those teachers. They were very much innovative, and they helped me also. So with their help, these classes were being made, and about 8,500 students viewed those classes, and quite a good number of subscribers were found. So this is the second step that we went. Apart from this, our department, elementary education department, has also started taking classes on TV channels, that is on private local channels in which the classes were taken. There also, the one drawback came that some students don't have even TV, don't have even television in their homes. So for that, a new program was started. That was called. It is the totally designed by our department, elementary education. So in that program, it was called Notun Ektu Hello Ektu Poro. So since I asked the HMs for ago, ma'am, I told the HMs in the month of March to try to take the advantage of technology for the classes. So in my block, I found that there were 72 schools and 110 units, and in all the 72 schools reported regularly. And so far as the reports are concerned, I still have it in my hand. So we have got a positive response of 90,291 guardians and students. Apart from that, we reached 3,900 students. What is the main aim of Ektu Khelo and Ektu Poro is that we could have we could there are certain section of students who do not have smartphones.
Mm.
So they had only that simple phones. So with those phones, we gave them just SMS content. Suppose a
Okay.
small activity they
Mm-hmm.
used to give, and what when the students used to solve them, they used to return them. So in this way, it was going on. So at the end of the day, what we find is that due to this project. Oh, I must add another point. The another major problem which I faced when I started the online classes in Dukli was that in this WhatsApp group, these guardians have only one phone, and they often used to go to their occupations. Suppose some are daily laborers, some are rickshaw pullers, whereas some are businessmen. But they have only got one smartphone. So we organized a meeting with the guardians, and after that we took an view from the guardians that if the classes could be done in the evening, late in the evening, then the students could have participated. So naturally, what when we started, it was in the morning time, but we shifted it to the evening time, and now we are getting a very good response from the WhatsApp group classes. My area, Dukli, is situated in is not an urban area; it's a rural area. It's a rural block. So here, neither the students nor the guardians were so much acquainted with these online classes and these this sort of gadgets. So this was the problem. But what helped that the teachers helped me a lot. So apart from that, what I got is that the teachers, there was a section of teachers who needs to be motivated for that, because they were in a sort of fear that how will I face the online classes,
Hmm.
because taking class in a classroom is one type of thing in which
Hmm.
only the students are looking, but taking an online class, the guardians are also noticing that the teacher. So it's a
Hmm.
different sort of activity. So for that I talked with the HMs how to behave properly. They must be always polite. They must keep the main thing is that they must keep their patience. So these
Hmm.
things were followed, and we went. We have been able to build the reading writing skills of the students.
Hmm.
Apart from that, we have been able to connect a link between the school management committee, the local panchayat system, and the relation between the teachers and the guardians of the students during this COVID period has also developed. Apart from this, these online classes have also done one thing more, is that awareness has been created regarding not only awareness has been created not only for the students but also the guardians who goes
Yes.
outside their homes for work. They have been become much more conscious when the teachers, when the
Hmm.
HMs are speaking with
Hmm.
their students. So
Yes,
all in
yes,
one, it was it's turning to be a good thing. The everything in the sun has got a bright side and also a dark side. The bright
yes.
side which we get from the COVID system is that first of all we must acknowledge that we have become much more technology friendly.
Hmm.
Our teachers have gained technological knowledge. Apart from that, the students who are very much smart nowadays, the students are very much smart and they have adopted the technology very nicely. They themselves now are attending Zoom classes, Google Meet, and all those things, and they can themselves doing their homeworks and submitting. So this is one thing. Apart from that, what we get that during this lockdown period, one thing is that we used to organize in the schools that many health conscious programs and all those things, but it might not have been implemented outside. But now, since we are facing this situation, people, our students, have become much more conscious about hand washing, about using masks and all those things. ZIIE program started as a pilot project in Dukli block itself,
Okay.
and yeah, and I was present in the first day itself. Our resource person Avinash ji was present, and he briefed me about the program, and it was such a nice program. And apart from that, all the teachers, they had got so many innovations, but we do not get the positive things highlighted. But this program is such a program in which the the good things of the teachers are being highlighted.